So in this section, we have been discussing why Arjuna refuses to fight the battle. Okay. And Krishna has already presented two reasons why he should not fight. Can anyone quickly summarize what are these two reasons which Krishna has presented so far? Why he is saying he should not fight the battle?
So
Sorry?
Arjuna feels that he's killing his own people. So Pajanam is what he was referring to as the first reason.
Svajanam.
Pajanam.
Okay. Basically, he was showing compassion for his own relatives. The first reason is compassion, and the second reason is
enjoyment.
Loss of enjoyment.
Loss of enjoyment, yes.
He thinks that if everybody present here is killed, because most of the people from both the sides are present in the battlefield, and if everybody is killed, almost 5 generations are present in the battlefield. If all of them are killed, with whom Arjuna will enjoy this kingdom? Okay. You need somebody to enjoy with, correct? You cannot enjoy alone. Anything you have, you can enjoy. You need some companion to share your joy. Yes or no? That's what Arjuna is thinking. How will I enjoy? And the third reason is presented in these 3 verses, which is 36, 37, 38. Krishna is now fearful of committing sinful action by killing his own relatives. Fear of sinful reaction is the third reason. First, compassion. Second, loss of enjoyment. And the third reason is fear of sinful reaction. If I commit this act of killing my own people, my own relatives, I will get sinful reactions for this karma. Okay, so the third reason. So I will recite the verse, you can recite after me. Papam evashriyet asman hatvaitan atatainah tasman narha vayam hantum dhatrashtan sabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. Everybody is reciting? Yes? Meenal Mataji, you have Bhagavad Gita with you? Okay, will you recite after me? You don't have? Bhagavad Gita है आपके पास?
है, मैं लेकर आती हूँ.
अच्छा ठीक है. Okay, you can bring. Meenakshi Mataji, you have Bhagavad Gita with you? Okay, recite after me. Unmute yourself. Papam evashrayet asman.
Papam evashraytisman.
Asman.
Asman.
Don't worry if it goes wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Papam evashrayet asman.
Papam evashraytisman.
Advaitan atatainam.
Advaitanahinam.
Advaitan atatainam.
Advaitanahinam.
Tasman naraha vayam hantum
Tasman Narahan Vayam Hantu
dhatarashtran sabandhavan
Dhata Rashtran Swabandhavan
swajanam hi katham hatva
Swajanam Hi Katham Hatva
sukhina syama madhava.
Sukhina Syama Madhava.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, Dipesh, would you try?
Sure, Prabhuji.
Papam mivashriye tasman
Papam evashrayet asman
hatvai tanat tainam
atvetanatataina
tasman narhavayam hantum
tasman narha vayam hantum
dhaturashtran sabandhavam
datrashran sabandhavan
swajanam hi katham hatva
swajanam hi katham hatva
sukhina syama madhava.
sukhina shama madhava.
Very nice. Thank you. Shweta Mataji, try. Papam nivashriyedasma
पापम् एवाश्रयेदस्मा
Advaitanat tainam
अद्वैतानाततायिनः
tasmannarha vayam hantum
तस्मान्नार्य वयं हन्तु
dhatrashtran sabandhavam
धार्तराष्ट्रान् सबान्धवान्
swajanam hi katham hatva
स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा
sukhina syama madhava.
सुखिनः स्याम माधव.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful. Papam, vices, eva, certainly, ashriyet, must come upon, asman, us, hatva, by killing, etan, all these, atayinaha, aggressors, tasmat, therefore, na, never, arhaha, deserving, vayam, we, hantum, to kill, Dhatrashtran, the sons of Dhritarashtra, Sabandhavan, along with friends, Swajanam, kinsmen, he certainly, Katham, how, Hatva, by killing, Sukhina, happy, Syama, will we become, Madhava, O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Repeat after me. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of the Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Purport. Who would like to? Mahajan, would you like to read the purport? Yeah.
According to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. One is a poison giver. 2, one who sets fire to the house. 3, one who attacks with deadly weapons. 4, one who plunders riches. 5, one who occupies others' land. And 6, one who kidnaps a wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting an ordinary man, but Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama, Ram Rajya. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama because Ravana kidnapped Rama's wife Sita, but Lord Rama gave him sufficient lessons unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe steps necessary against ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not therefore consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and pleasures derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Madhava, or the husband of the goddess of fortune, is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as the husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, what is the worry of Arjuna here? If he kills his own kinsmen, he has to suffer later on. Basically, he's thinking about law of karma. Every action has its equal and opposite reaction. So if I kill my kinsmen, in future, I'll be also killed by them. Equal and opposite reaction. Like even with respect to our state laws, if you commit something which is against the state law, you're liable to be punished. Correct? And every civilian is supposed to be aware of those laws. Then only he can discriminate what to do or not do. Yes or no? So if you're driving a car, you're supposed to know traffic rules. When to stop, when to drive, how much speed you can drive with, which side to be kept your car. Yeah. Some places you can't, use your horn, horn. So there are many restrictions from traffic rules point of view, and you're supposed to know it. Suppose you go across the red light and somebody, a police constable comes after you, stops you, and tells you to pay the fine, and you say, no, I was not aware of this law. I have come for the first time to this city. First time I committed this offense. So please pardon me. Don't charge any penalty. Will you listen? What will he say? What will he say? You're supposed to know. Similarly, there are nature's laws, cosmic laws, which you're supposed to know. If you don't, and out of ignorance we commit such sinful actions, we are liable to be punished, whether we are aware or we are not aware. Like fire, if a small child touches fire, fire doesn't think, oh, it's a small child, he is ignorant, I should not burn his hand. Will fire think like this? No. Similarly, nature's laws, we are supposed to know. Cosmic laws, we are supposed to know. And mind you, every day we perform thousands of karmas without knowing the consequence. Because most people are not aware of nature's laws, cosmic laws. Yes. Even when we talk, we perform karma. This tongue is a karmendriya, working sense. So anything we do with this tongue in terms of what we eat, what we speak, brings karmic reactions. What we speak, what we eat, brings karmic reactions. And the whole day we use this tongue without being aware of karmic reactions. So one is supposed to know what to speak, what not to speak, what to eat, what not to eat. Important to know. Very, very important. So once I have told this small story earlier also in DYS session, if I remember correctly. Once a king called some brahmanas to feed Shadam, and he himself was serving them. Like there are some brahmanas sitting in a row and he's serving them chapati, sabji, and whatever, many other things. And in the sky, there was one eagle going over with a dead snake in the mouth. And that snake fell down into one of the pot which carried some vegetable. And king did not notice, no one noticed. And king उसको मिलाया और mix करके उसको serve कर दिया. He served that vegetable to brahmanas. So consequently, all the brahmanas were dead. So Chitraketu, the secretary of Yamaraj, who keeps accounts of everybody, you and me. So he was wondering who is responsible for these brahmanas' death. Is it king or the eagle? Who should get karmic reaction of death of these brahmanas? Who is responsible? So Yamaraj said, wait for some time. It will be revealed who is responsible. Because king cannot be held responsible. He was serving them with the noble cause of serving. And he was not aware of what he is, the snake has fallen. An eagle is also not responsible. Why? Snake, dead snake is eagle's food. So he's simply carrying one's own food, granted by nature. Okay. So if a snake falls of mouth of eagle, it is normal natural activity. And what happens due to that, like he cannot be held responsible. So logically, none of them are responsible for Brahmana's death. Then Chitraketu wondering, to whom do I award death punishment for Brahmana's death? So Yamaraj said, wait for some time. It will be revealed. After some time, some more Brahmanas came into the same kingdom. And they were searching for the house of the palace of king. So they asked one old lady, have you seen this king's palace? And this lady said, oh, that king who caused Brahmanas, gives them poison and kills them. What did she say? Oh, that king who caused Brahmanas in the name of serving Prashadam and gives them poison and kills them. Yamaraj said she should be held accountable for the death of Brahmanas. So he told Chitraketu, you give death punishment to this old lady. She performed karmic reaction by making a judgment which she was not supposed to. So when we point finger at somebody, we hold somebody accountable, and we are not authorized to do so, we are bound to be punished for his karmic reaction. समझ रहे हैं? आप किसी की निंदा करते हैं, मान लो, for something he has done, and you are not authorized to do so. Like a judge is authorized to award punishment, correct? Not you and me. Similarly, we are not authorized to decide who is culprit, who is not, and all. But we take responsibility of pointing finger at somebody and holding him responsible. Then for what we are holding responsible, we share the karmic reaction. This is law of nature. Basically, nature is warning us not to speak unnecessarily, not to misuse this tongue for something which is not supposed to be used. Warning us. Don't utter words which you're not supposed to speak, because speaking is also performing karma. So like this, they're very subtle karmic laws which we are not aware of, and every day we commit or we perform thousands, maybe lakhs of karmas which we are not aware of. And we will be held accountable someday. May not be according to state laws in this life, but Krishna has record of everybody. So laws are very subtle. So you're supposed to know. And Arjuna knows, so he is worried. If I kill my own kinsman, I will be suffering in future, in next life, or maybe this life. And he's telling Krishna as what? Madhava. Madhava means husband of goddess of fortune. You are a husband of goddess of fortune, and why do you want to bring misfortune to my life? This is why he's addressing Krishna as Madhava. You should bring fortune to my life, not misfortune, by instigating me to fight, kill them, and later, suffer karmic reactions. Yes, this is why Krishna is being addressed as Madhava. And there's a word in the verse called Atatai, Atataina, aggressors. Prabhupada has translated this Atataina word as what? Aggressors. And Prabhupada in the purport explains 6 types of aggressors. This is according to Earth Shastra. And what are the 6 types of aggressors? A poison giver, one who gives poison to someone. Second, one who sets fire to the house. Third, one who attacks with deadly weapons. Fourth, one who plunders riches. Fifth, one who occupies another's land. And sixth, one who kidnaps a wife. They are called aggressors, and according to Earth Shastra, they can be killed immediately. Why such punishments are there in Shastras? Or you should be killed immediately. There is one, similar law. If one kills another living entity for one's own sustenance, should be killed immediately. Why? Any guess? If one kills another living entity for one's own sustenance, she should be killed immediately. Any idea why? You can guess if you don't know exact answer. Difficult question. Guess. Aishwarya Matas.
It is for your own survival.
Sorry?
For our own survival. Otherwise, he is going to kill us. If we don't kill him, we are doing our self-defense.
No, suppose somebody is eating chicken. If he doesn't eat chicken, it doesn't mean chicken will kill him.
No, I thought you were saying if somebody attacks us and we kill him.
No. My question is, if we kill something or some living entity for one's survival, like, somebody who's eating non-vegetarian for one's survival, according to law, that person should be killed immediately. Very stringent law, no? Why?
But for carnivorous animals, means they don't take vegetables and all. So for their survival, they need to kill somebody.
I am talking about human beings.
Human beings, yeah. Human beings, then they should not do.
I am asking why there is a law like this, one should be killed. My question is that, if this is a law that if somebody is killing another living entity, a human being is killing another living entity for one's survival, he should be killed immediately. Why? Two reasons. One, his karmic reaction is awarded in this life itself, and his action is, in terms of reaction, scared off. No carry forward. So he's punished for his karma in this life itself. Second, if he survives, he'll commit many more such sinful actions in future. He is prevented from committing further karmic actions. Yes, Prabhuji?
But Prabhuji, in reality of life, it doesn't happen. You see a fellow selling chicken, he kills every day, and he keeps on doing for his survival throughout his life. But we
Yes.
don't kill him.
Yes. So in our state laws, we think only human beings are living entities. These animals are not living entities. So killing animal is not a violation of the law, but killing human being is a violation. So there's a punishment for killing of human beings, no punishment for killing of chicken or lamb.
Yeah.
We don't treat them as living entities. But that is in the eyes of state government. But in the eyes of Supreme Lord, every living entity is a soul, whether inside the body of a chicken or inside the body of a human being. Yes, like we make laws based on one's position as human beings. Cosmic laws are based on one's position as souls. So any harm one causes to another soul is liable to be punished. Are you able to follow?
But Prabhuji, suppose this is like chicken or fish or some living entity which human beings are eating. But sometimes suppose you are in front of a tiger. If you are not killing the tiger, tiger will kill you. So that time, suppose you kill a tiger.
That is for self-protection. It is allowed.
Yeah.
It is allowed.
That's
For self-protection, it is allowed.
Correct.
अब ऐसा नहीं है कि हम चिकन नहीं खाएंगे तो मर जाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं है ना. It is not a matter of survival. We eat non-vegetarian just for the pleasure of tongue, not for survival. Correct. So similarly, the 6 types of aggressors are supposed to be killed immediately according to Arthashastra laws, Manusmriti. And Kauravas did all these 6 things to Pandavas. Correct? They poisoned whom? Bhima. They set house on fire, Lakshagraha. Correct? They attacked with deadly weapons. They even took away the money of opulence of Pandavas. They took away the land of Pandavas. Duryodhana said, I will not give even a land equivalent to 1 point of a pin. And they even, disrobed the wife of Pandavas, Draupadi. So they are Atatais. Kauravas are Atatais, according to this definition, aggressors, and they should be killed immediately. But Arjuna is saying, no. They may be aggressors, but they are my relatives. They are special type of aggressors. So Dharam Shastra, he is using Dharam Shastra, which means no violence against anyone. समझ रहे हैं? So Dharam Shastra position is higher than Arth Shastra. So he's saying, no, ठीक है, that is for kingdom and all that, for money, land and all that. But according to Dharma Shastra, we should not cause any harm to any living entity. So I should not cause any harm to these relatives. He's become very selective. He never thought like this in earlier battles. There are other living entities. I should not cause any harm to them. Now, because they are special types of aggressors, because their own relatives, Guru, Bhishma Pitama, so he is using this logic that if I kill my relatives, I'll be liable to sinful reactions. So I better not commit this sin of killing them. Make sense? Make sense? Meeral Mataji. Okay. Third reason is fear of sinful reaction. And it continues in the next 2 verses also. Yadi api ete na pashyanti lovopaharata chetasa kulakshaya kritam dosham mitradrohe cha patakam katham na geyam asmabhi papadasman nivritam kulakshaya kritam dosham prapashya dbher janardana. O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, who can see the crime in destroying our family, engage in these acts of sin? Purport: a Kshatriya is not supposed to refuse to battle or gamble when he is so invited by some rival party. Under such an obligation, Arjuna could not refuse to fight because he had been challenged by the party of Duryodhana. In this connection, Arjuna considered that the other party might be blind to the effects of such a challenge. Arjuna, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept the challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjuna decided not to fight. So he's saying, see, these people, Kauravas, the heart is overtaken by greed. What is greed? Anyone? We all are, yeah, you must know. You must know, we all are very greedy.
Greed is to possess more and more.
Yes. So, which actually means lack of satisfaction. Greed emerges out of dissatisfaction. Correct? Do you think there is any end to greed? There's a nice proverb on greed. I'm not able to recall. In this world, there's enough for everyone's need, but not enough for one's greed.
Yeah. God can meet your needs, but not your greeds.
Yes. So there's enough in this material world for everyone's need. There's enough. No dearth. No one should be hungry. This is enough. But not enough for one man's greed. There is enough for everyone's need, but not enough for one's greed. It means there is no end to greed. More you get, more you want. I started my job way back in 97, I think, as junior engineer in one of heavy engineering company, making boilers, heat exchangers. My salary was 1,600 rupees, out of which I used to send 500 to my father. I still remember. And there was sort of satisfaction. And there was a time when I was earning in 6 digits, but still lack of satisfaction. Was greedy to get more.
There's a time when you quit.
Sorry? That was
There's a
after
time when you quit.
that was after that. Yeah. The point I'm making, how much we have does not matter much. How much satisfied with what we have matters a lot. And the satisfaction comes only through spiritual life. In material life, there is no satisfaction. That's why everybody is working very hard, irrespective of how much he possesses. Yes or no? Everybody in material life is working very hard, irrespective of how much opulence he or she has. Why? Dissatisfied. And this dissatisfaction propels him to work hard and get more. He gets more, he becomes more dissatisfied. He even works more harder to get more. Yes. So even these Ambani brothers dissatisfied. Why? Maybe their name is not in the top 3 richest people of India or the world. There's a dissatisfaction. So the most richest person is actually one who is satisfied, and the most poorest person is one who is dissatisfied. So every materialist is a poor person. He is poor. Doesn't matter whether he may have billions of dollars in his bank account, he's still poor. And every sincere spiritualist is richest person, doesn't matter how many pennies he has in his account. Very, very important lesson. This is what makes difference between material life and spiritual life. So finally, to become peaceful and happy, one has to be satisfied. It means one can be happy and peaceful only in spiritual life, because there is satisfaction only in spiritual. In material life, there is no satisfaction. So spiritual life is not a choice, but a necessity. Spiritual life, one cannot give excuse of not having enough time to carry out spiritual activities. Yeah. It is in one's own interest to release time for spiritual activities. It is one's own self-interest that one should prioritize spiritual life. Make sense? So he's saying, Duryodhan, उसके पास कमी है क्या किसी चीज की? He has everything what he needs for his survival, even for his enjoyment. But this cunning person is still after our life, after our land, after our kingdom. Why? Greedy, dissatisfied. When Yudhishthira Maharaj was performing Rajasya Yajna, and he amassed a lot of wealth, and Duryodhana also was there, and he saw so much of money, so much of opulence Yudhishthira Maharaj had, and he was not able to tolerate. He went home, spoke to his father, Papa, I just can't tolerate. He's telling Dhritarashtra Maharaj, I can't tolerate their wealth. So why he should be in that condition? He has enough for his survival, for his enjoyment. But greed is overpowering him. He is not satisfied. He is envious. And he is not happy. So what we have does not make us happy. How much satisfied we are makes us happy. And satisfaction is a virtue found only in spiritual. Note this down. So this is the third reason Arjuna has presented why he should not fight this battle. Okay, now 5-10 minutes for your comments, learnings, or questions. It was little heavy, and some of you may be eating non-vegetarian, so please forgive me if you didn't like it. But don't worry, now we are on the right path, and gradually we'll come out of every such propensities. Don't worry, I also used to eat. Okay. But we should be ready. We should keep our mind open. That is important. It's a very, very important juncture of our life. It is Krishna's special mercy. Krishna has come in our life in the form of Bhagavad Gita and enlightening us with this wonderful knowledge, wonderful laws which we are not aware of. It is for our benefit that we understand these laws and see how do we become compliant with these laws. So don't worry about where we exist now, what is our current position. Doesn't matter. Gradually we'll come out of where we are and be on the right path. Okay. Yes, Majan Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, जो आपने एग्जांपल दिया वो स्नेक के गिरने का किंग के उसमें, और उस लेडी ने अपनी जुबान से बोला और she was found to be culprit. ये जो सिचुएशन है आज सारे जो सोशल मीडिया है सबसे there is the biggest poison in this country according to me. वो इतना जहर वो फैला रहे हैं and there is no control. Who's going to punish them? Is the Lord Krishna going to punish them? When they
Of course. Oh, they will be punished, Prabhuji. Be rest assured.
Because more than the...
See, just one sec, Prabhuji.
Sorry.
In state law, if you commit an offense, you can still escape. किसी ने देखा नहीं आपको करते हुए. You can still escape. But in the laws of nature, the laws of Krishna, no one can escape. There are many witnesses witnessing what we are doing, including Krishna in our heart, who knows what we are thinking, what we are doing. So no one can escape from the reactions. So they will be punished for their karmic actions, for sure.
That leads to second question, प्रभु जी आपने ठीक कहा. ये हमें यही सिखाया गया बचपन से ही कि भाई जो आप कर्म करोगे उसका फल जरूर मिलेगा, इस जन्म में मिलेगा या अगले जन्म में मिलेगा. That's what we have been taught. It leads to second question, when the civilization started, जब ये दुनिया शुरू हुई और तभी से ये state laws बने, तो how did the state laws were framed which were against the nature? कि भाई आप अगर किसी जैसे आपने कहा कि भाई आदमी ह्यूमन बीइंग है या एनिमल है, दोनों में सोल है, तो उसको क्यों नहीं क्लासिफाई किया गया लिविंग में स्टेट लॉज में? आफ्टर ऑल स्टेट लॉज सेंचुरीज हजारों सालों से बने होंगे, तो हाउ डिड दे either they got polluted or diluted over the years or they were framed that way?
So earlier kings who used to rule the kingdom and make such laws, they used to be Raj Rishis. They used to be called Raj Rishi, Raja also and Rishi also. It means he is a king, Kshatriya, but he also has Brahminical qualities to decide what is right, what is wrong. And they also used to have one guru with whom they used to consult before deciding laws. Right? Okay, I'm writing this. Is it in line with Shastras or not? Or not? So I'll not make this simple. So earlier leaders were of that caliber who used to make laws. But gradually, with the fall down from Satyuga to Treta to Dwapar to Kali Yuga, who are our leaders now? Shudras. Who are leading our country? People who have no qualification, who have no idea what is cosmic law, who have no idea what is Gita, Bhagavatam, what are cosmic laws. They have no idea. So they make laws which are convenient to them. For example, Bible says, thou shalt not kill. It means no Christian should kill any living entity. But tell me one Christian who does not kill. Prabhupada used to say, There was only one Christian, and that was Jesus. No Christian after that, because they don't follow the rules of Christianity. So they manipulated and they said, here Jesus, when he says thou shalt not kill, he means thou shalt not kill human beings. So ho gaya pura thing. The entire law is completely against the law of nature, just by adding human beings to our convenience so that we can eat within the framework of law. So we have made our own law to meet our, meet our convenience for our own sense gratification. That's why the purpose of this ISKCON movement is what? To develop Brahmanas. Brahmanas, see, all these four Varnas manifest in the body of Krishna. Who is Brahmana? This portion, the head, which contains brain, intelligence. So Brahmanas are supposed to be the intelligent part of the body to distinguish between what is right, what is wrong, and to show direction to the entire society. Other three Varnas. But now there are no Brahmanas. So it's a headless society, no direction, no guidance. So they are moving in any direction. So purpose of ISKCON movement is to cultivate Brahmanas who can guide the society. Even we are trying to have devotee IAS officers. We are training such people who go and take over positions in administration and bring these laws back into action gradually. But it's a very slow process. It'll happen slowly. But there's an endeavor in that direction. So you all need to become Brahmanas and then guide your respective area of influence. Guide them.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone else? Mataji kahan hai aaj? Rita Mataji. Busy. Yes, Imanshu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
My son has come from Canada for one day. So she's
Achha,
spending
oh.
time with him.
And you are still sitting here, I'm wondering. You chose to sit here. Thank you very much.
He's leaving in the evening. He's leaving in the evening, so she's spending time with him.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Imanshu.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि जो कर्मिक रिएक्शंस है तो this will be, suppose you have done some bad karma, so the punishment will be in this life or next life?
See, for example, if you sow a seed of mango or you sow a seed of banana, both have different maturity period, right?
Yes.
Mango will come after how many years? Maybe after 5 years.
5, 6
Banana
years,
might come up maybe with whatever, few months.
Yes.
So when we act, it's basically like sowing a seed. So every seed, every karma has different maturity period. For example, on the street, somebody slaps someone. He may get slapped immediately back. Instant reaction. So maturity period is seconds. Correct? Suppose you eat something heavy in the night. A lot of paneer, a lot of heavy stuff, fried stuff. You will see the reaction in the morning. So it takes few hours to mature. Somebody kills somebody and runs away. And police is chasing him. He is caught after 5 years. Right? It's 5 years maturity period for his reaction. So different actions have different maturity periods. Dhritarashtra asked this question to Arjuna, so Krishna, why did you kill my 100 sons? Tell me. Krishna said, because you killed 100 children of a bird in one lifetime, in one of your lifetimes. 100 lifetimes back, you killed. Then Krishna said, you should have given me that reaction immediately. Why after 100 lifetimes? And he said, no. To have a son, you should have enough piety in your account So for 100 sons, you have to have enough piety in your account. You needed 100 lifetimes to accumulate enough piety to produce 100 sons, which can be killed according to that karmic reaction. So it took 100 lifetimes. So it's a function of what we are doing. So different maturity periods. Some could be instant, some could be hours, some could be days, some could be this lifetime, some could be maybe after 100 lifetimes. You must be wondering what kind of database Krishna has. Kya capacity hai hard disk ki? For every living entity, just imagine 84 lakh species. And within every species, there are billions of living entities. And Krishna has record for every individual living entity for millions, billions of lifetimes. That's why he's God now. That's why he's Supreme Lord. He remembers. In the battlefield, he remembered there is one elephant with the name Ashwathama. This is why Krishna is Supreme Lord. You and me cannot become. Okay. Any other question? ये जिनका वीडियो बंद है एक बार शक्ल तो दिखा दीजिए. At least we'll see your face. Thank you. Ramapati Murli Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Vanshi Mata Ji, Hare Krishna. Meenakshi Mata Ji. Shri Gopal Prabhu ji travel kar rahe hain. That's why his video is off. Okay. Any other question, comment? Yes, Aishwarya Mata.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. For this, I mean, you said the first reason, if one kills the other living entity, then the karmic reaction would be stopped. I mean, I was not able to follow that clearly.
So, if suppose I am eating some chicken, and I am killed immediately for eating chicken, then I am protected from eating more chickens. So killing me is actually saving me from committing more sinful actions. So killing is good. See, killing is finally killing of the body, not of the soul. Soul cannot be killed. So just by killing this body in this life, I am protected from committing more sinful actions. That's why earlier king used to say, if somebody commits these kind of heinous crimes, they should kill immediately. That is for the good. Because more he survives, more he will commit sinful actions. More he will suffer. Okay. Any other question? Last question. 1 minute we have. Shuma Mataji is very calm. How is your health now? You're okay?
Yes, अभी काफी आराम है मेरे को और God has saved my life actually.
हाँ जी?
God has saved my life. It was a life-threatening condition. So I'm thankful. एक क्वेश्चन पूछ लेती हूँ मैं.
हाँ, नहीं तो आपको खाना आदम नहीं होगा. मुझे पता है. You don't ask questions.
बहुत देर से रोके हुए थी. मैं नहीं पूछूंगी. आज हर बार मैं अपना हाथ खड़ा करती हूँ. ये जो एक मन में आता है ना कि हमको स्पिरिचुअल होना है या हमको, ये बहुत समय से मेरे मन में चल रहा है कि मैं स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ में बहुत टाइम से धीरे धीरे बढ़ रही हूँ. पर ये जो मन में आता है ना कि हाँ, नाउ दिस इज द पॉइंट व्हेन आई हैव टू लीव दिस मटेरियलिज्म एंड ऑल, क्या ये एकदम आता है? हाउ डज इट कम या कैसे आता है? मुझे मालूम नहीं.
वासुदेवे भगवती भक्ति योगा प्रयोजिता जनयति आशु वैराग्यम. Janayati ashu vairagyam. What is vairagya? Detachment. detachment from material things, materialism. How it develops? Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. When you start serving Krishna in different ways, through chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita, eating prasadam, this vairagya or detachment manifests automatically. So when you get attached to Krishna, you get detached from materialism. And if you get too much attached to materialism, you get detached from Krishna. Both cannot happen at the same time. It doesn't mean that we give up all the opulence. No, only detachment. You can have billions of dollars, but not attached to it. No problem. You can have opulence, no problem. But attachment is a problem. So the more we develop attachment with Krishna through different spiritual activities, detachment from material life is natural. It comes. Janiyati Ashu Vairagyam. It manifests immediately. And that's what you experience.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And this is good, by the way. Detachment from materialism is not bad. It is very good. You'll become peaceful. You'll become happy. कभी सोचो कि यार ये पैसे से detachment हो गया तो how will I enjoy? No. Enjoyment does not lie outside. It lies deep within. Remember this. So the detachment is good, not bad. Attachment to Krishna is good. Detachment from materialism is good. Dipesh Prabhu in deep thoughts. Okay, so we'll wind up here. Thank you very much for joining. I hope everybody is chanting your round sincerely and regularly. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.